Hello and welcome back to another Dee Dee Mitten video. Today we're going to do a quick video on how to get your turtle to bask. So right now Mr. Turtle is basking quite happily on his little basking dock. This is good because right now his scoots are starting to shed, which I'm going to do a video on that within the next couple of days. That's what you can see right there. So it's good that he's letting his shell dry off completely and letting this natural shedding occur. So if your turtle is not basking, I have a few tips for you today that should help you get your turtle to get up there and bask. So the first thing that he's going to need is a very stable and dry area to climb out of the water to actually bask on. Here I have the large Zoom Ed's basking dock. This is the large size and it's plenty big enough for little Mr. Turtle. He is a fully grown male red-eared slider and his shell is about 7 inches in length, so this size is good for him. If you have a turtle around Mr. Turtle's size or maybe just a little bigger, the basking dock is actually quite a good, cheap and efficient basking area for them. Above that I have a heat light. This one is from Walmart. It has a 60-watt light bulb in it, which is plenty warm enough to entice Mr. Turtle to bask. So the next tip I'm going to give you is actually very important, and that is going to be the temperatures in his tank. The basking area and the water that is in his tank needs to have at least a 10-degree difference, but sometimes this range can be a little larger. So the ideal water temperature for a red-eared slider is between 75 and 78 degrees. The basking area, on the other hand, should be between 92 and 98 degrees. That way they can jump up here to regulate their body temperature and warm up and drop back into the water to cool down. Red-eared slider turtles are cold-blooded reptiles, so they don't have an internal way to regulate their body temperature, so they rely on the heat source and the coolness of the water to do that for them. They also need to bask to help them digest their food after eating, which is what Mr. Turtle is doing now. He's just eaten a belly full of green leaf lettuce, so that is why he's up here basking away and digesting his food. Another thing about water temperature, if the water is too cold, if it's below 74 degrees, they can become sluggish and they may not want to bask at all. So making sure that the water temperature is above 74 to 75 degrees is optimal to make sure that these little guys want to get up here and bask and do all the things that they're naturally designed to do. The third tip I'm going to talk about is maybe keeping the area that your turtle tank is in a little quiet and giving the turtle some privacy. Turtles can be quite skittish and nervous around people, especially when they're basking, because when they're basking they're usually asleep and can feel quite vulnerable. So if they're up here basking and there's loud noises and lots of distractions, he may not want to get up here and relax. So keeping the area quiet and private for him is a good tip, especially if you have a new red-eared slider and he's in an environment he's not used to. Keeping the area quiet and private can help with that. As you can see right now, Mr. Turtle is still a little bit nervous and wary around me so close to him while he's basking. He's got his feet in and he's popping his little head in and out right there. He still feels a little vulnerable when he's up here, even though I've had him for 5 years. So keeping his bask... Oh, I think it's going to jump off. Sorry, Mr. Tiddles, would you like some privacy? So as I said, I will be doing a video soon on Mr. Turtle shedding his scoots, which he's doing right now. He hasn't shed them for a few years, so he's going through that. He's had a little bit of a growth spurt, so it's time for him to be doing that. So I will do a little video about that soon. I hope you have found these tips helpful in getting your turtle to bask. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll try my best to get back to you. You can follow Mr. Turtle on Instagram at instagram.com/Mr. Turtle IG. He's also on Facebook at facebook.com/Dee Dee Mitten and on Twitter at twitter.com/Dee Dee Mitten. Don't forget to like and subscribe and we will see you guys next time. Say bye, Mr. Tiddles. Bye.